My name is Adam Carter. I'm 27 years old, and what I'm about to tell you may sound like paranoia or something imagined in the dark. But what I saw and what I heard has carved itself deep inside me. If you have even a bit of courage, listen to the end. If not, turn back right now, because the night I'm about to describe was the most horrifying night of my life. The night I didn't die, but lived through something far worse. It happened about a year ago, back when I lived in Chicago. I usually worked late and rode the last train home almost every night. That night was no different. The wind felt unusually cold as I approached the station. Cold, like someone unseen was breathing against me the moment I stepped inside the Red Line station. I felt it. Something was wrong. The station was silent, not quiet silent. So silent that the crunch of gravel under my shoes echoed like I was in a cavern. No announcements, no chatter, no distant train rumbling, just a heavy, suffocating silence, as if the whole station was watching me. I checked my phone. 12:47 a.m. The last train was at 1 o'clock, so I went down to the platform. As soon as I reached the bottom of the stairs, I saw him, a man sitting in the corner of the platform. His hair was a tangled mess, his clothes ripped, his head bowed. A long metal chain was wrapped around his hands. I assumed he was homeless, but something about him felt disturbingly wrong, something I could feel deep in my chest. I looked away and stood a few feet from him, waiting for the train. Then he laughed, a soft, breathy laugh, yet cold enough to slide down my spine like ice water. I lifted my phone and pretended to make a call, just to act normal, but I saw him slowly raising his head. His eyes weren't human. They were hollow black pits where light didn't exist. He stared at me and said, "Don't make the mistake of staying here." His voice sounded like rusted metal scraping against itself. I didn't reply. I just looked away, heart pounding so loudly it felt like everyone on the platform, if anyone was there, could hear it. The platform stayed silent, except for one sound, a faint tick, tick, tick coming from the tracks like metal tapping against steel. I leaned forward to see the tracks, but nothing was there. The sound kept coming, closer and closer. Suddenly, the station lights flickered violently. Then everything went pitch black. When the lights came back, the man in the corner was gone, completely gone. I checked the stairs, no one. The platform empty. But something was on the ground where he'd been sitting, a broken piece of chain, identical to the one he'd had wrapped around his hands. I called out, "Hello, anyone here?" But the station didn't answer. Instead, a faint whisper slithered from the darkness behind me. Fear settled deep into my body. I grabbed my bag and stepped toward the stairs. That's when I heard it, CHHN, 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 a chain dragging across the concrete. I turned slowly and saw him, standing in the middle of the platform, absolutely still, just staring at me. But this time there was someone else behind him, a woman, her face covered in dark soot, hair brittle and broken, holding a heavy metal shackle. In a cracked, agonized voice, she whispered, "The last stop of this train is death." My feet moved back automatically. At that moment, the light of an approaching train appeared. But there were no announcements, no hum, no warning, just a silent train creeping forward like something that didn't belong to this world, like a train meant only for the dead. My instincts screamed at me to run, but my legs were frozen. The train stopped. The doors opened. Inside was pure, suffocating darkness. The man stepped closer and extended his twisted, metal-like fingers toward me. "Come on, it's time," he said. Every part of me screamed that if I took even one step into that train, I would never return. From inside the darkness came soft, murmured voices waiting. Or corpses. Or both. My body finally obeyed. I turned and sprinted toward the stairs with everything I had. Behind me wasn't running, it was dragging. CHHN, CHHN, CHHN. The chains clattered after me, faster and faster. The stairs felt endless, stretching into some impossible loop, trapping me in terror. Finally, I reached the exit door, slammed it open, and burst into the street. Cold air hit my face. Cars passed by. People walked on the sidewalks. Everything was normal again. I turned back. The station entrance stood silent, lifeless, like nothing had happened. No chains, no whispers, no man. I swore that night I would never step into that station again. But the next day, when I checked the news, everything inside me froze. The last train at 1 a.m. the train I almost boarded had derailed, and according to the report, no one survived. If I had stepped inside that train, I wouldn't be here telling you this. If you think this is all just in my head, fine. But if you ever find yourself on a quiet, empty platform and a cold breeze hits you, or you hear a faint tick-tick, tick from the tracks run, because some trains aren't meant for the living, and they never arrive empty. For more chilling stories that stay with you long after they end, don't forget to subscribe to Hauntra TV. The next story might just be yours.